Coco is online. Coco Dance Festival 2020 presents Alien, October 24th to 25th, 2 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Featuring the work of 24 choreographers from 9 countries, an online dance experience not to be missed. Streamed on Facebook via WAC 90.1 FM radio. Admission is free, but donations are welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Welcome back to Soca TV.
I'm Gregor Booty.
And I'm Mindy Giles. And I know that you have not seen us for a while, but we are back. Soca TV, the new home of culture. Well, tonight, we have an exciting program for you.
Wow, what an excitement. We have 4 of the top people in the world where dance is concerned. And they're coming here to Trinidad and Tobago to talk about their beautiful show that will be coming up soon.
All right, so guys, tonight, well, you all know we are still in the, I don't want to say quarantine, but we are still on lockdown with respect to a lot of items and activities that we are restricted from because of the coronavirus. So tonight, we are giving you the opportunity to listen in on a discussion with the Coco 4. They are here tonight to talk about the Coco Festival, which will be coming up soon. And they're here to give you all the details that you will be very interested in. So without further ado, we're jumping in one time. And we want to introduce our very first guest. This person is no stranger to Soca TV. She is a performer, choreographer, writer, filmmaker, teacher, and arts development consultant who lives and works right here in Trinidad and Tobago. She's also a past lecturer at the University of Trinidad and Tobago. And as I said, she's no stranger to Soca TV. She has been here a few times, very willing to share her knowledge and her expertise with the dance community. I speak no other than Sonia Dumas.
Oh my God, the grand dame herself. Hi, Sonia, how are you?
Good night. Welcome again.
Thank you. Next you'll be calling me Little Carol. If you call me Carol, a Little Carol.
That's close.
We're so happy to have you again here tonight, giving us an opportunity to air Soca TV, because you know we have not been airing much programs lately. So we're very glad to be assisting in promoting this event.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Our next guest received a BFA in dance from the University of Texas and an MFA in dance from the Texas Women's University. She's the artistic director of the Justice Project and uses Laban movement analysis, or MLMA, as a methodology in the realm of technical and performance training. Her interests includes community building through an authentic performance. Our next guest, my past professor at UTT, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Nicole Wesley.
Welcome, Nicole. Thank you. I'm glad to be here. There's Lisa.
I'm seeing sunlight behind you.
Are you all in daylight?
Sunset. I'm sunset right now in Texas.
Okay, all right.
Nice.
Lovely. Well, it was a pleasure to have you here, and we're looking forward to having a discussion with you about the Coco Festival.
Thank you for having me.
Very strange that we met on these turfs, Nicole. I mean, 6 years ago, you was in my class telling me, bend more, Gregor, go, reach.
and look at you now, Gregor.
Thanks to both of you, Sonia and yourself. Thanks, Coco. Thank you, guys.
Okay, so our next guest is a former student at the London College of Dance and Drama and Bedford College. She holds a degree in dance education and an MPhil in cultural studies from the University of the West Indies. She's also a teacher at the Caribbean School of Dance and a founding member of the Metamorphosis Dance Company. Presently, she is the head of dance at the Academy of Performing Arts at UTT. She's also my past lecturer. I want to welcome to Soca TV none other than Nancy Herrera.
Hi, Nancy.
Good night. Good night.
the great dam in Bali now.
Okay.
I need to be exact.
Good night, Nancy. Are you hearing us?
She's a little frozen there.
Nancy, are you hearing us?
Hi, everybody. I'm having a few little internet challenges. Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm hearing you. I hope you're hearing me as well. Just having a few challenges.
It's a little isolated, but we're
acting up.
Okay.
Okay, so we won't rely on you here. Our next guest, performance artist, dancer, choreographer, and an outstanding member of the Noble Douglas Dance Company under the artistic direction of the great dame herself, Auntie Noble Douglas. One of his most invigorating choreographies was Coco. Ladies and gentlemen, the king of the crew, Mr. Dave Williams. Hi, Dave. I don't want to let out too much. You have to say. How are you doing, Dave?
Well, I'm good. I'm just still trying to get my setup right here so that I could show my best face. But, I'll put up with this one.
It's very good. The four of you all, my God, I feel like I'm in Maracas around all these cocoa phones. Cocoa trees, actually, not before.
So tonight, guys, we are here to talk about the Coco Dance Festival that will be aired online. And I want to jump right in and probably, Sonia, you can answer us this. Give us an idea about the history of Coco. When did it start? How did it develop? Who were the first people who were involved in initiating this festival?
Well, it was a kind of harebrained scheme of mine many years ago when I first started at the University of Trinidad and Tobago, and these goodly people who are still here came along, and I had reached out to all of them to ask if we thought we could just kind of make a festival happen. And it happened because actually the National Dance Association was going to have a show at Queen's Hall, and they didn't have it. And there was this space in Queen's Hall, like a 2-week space or 1-week space or whatever it was. And I just said, look, let's try and grab it and do something. And that was when I first started at the University of Trinidad and Tobago as well. So I wanted to try and bring some of the dancers together, the young people together, etc. We hadn't actually started the program, but we were kind of, trying to get something going. And that was 2009.
Right.
So this is our 12th season. This is
okay.
And so the people who started it are still the people you see here. This is it, all of us. That's it.
We all look the same. We all look the same.
Right. I'm trying a new thing. I'm on my phone.
Yeah, you're hearing you very clearly.
Much better, yeah.
Right. Could you turn your phone landscape so we can see you?
Okay. Go ahead and talk.
Right. So Sonia, we should really say thank you to the National Dance Association for helping and create this festival.
Yes, because it's good to see that happen. For sure.
Opportunity gain, opportunity.
Take it where you can.
If I know Sonia well, Sonia grasps at every opportunity available.
You have to go out and seize the day, as they say. Carpe diem.
Well,
we thought she was crazy. We really did. We thought she was nuts.
Understand what, Nicole?
I said when she came to us, she's like, we have less than 2 weeks to put on a full show. Do you want to do that? What?
Well, the four of you are four outstanding people in the world of dance. I mean, I remember Wo from Sonia and Nicole with the hymn song, and Nancy with Chrysalis, and Dave with Kobo. And right now, the name of your show is entitled Alien. And all those things are called, they seem very alien. Whoa, Chrysalis in this trapped in a thing, the Kobo are there by themselves, away from the world. So explain to us a little about the
give us an idea of where the whole theme of aliens came about. Whose idea was that? Very interesting, I must say.
Well, I think it was Nicole who kind of clinched it, but we are all been talking about these strange happenings, you see. And this first strange happening is what we're all experiencing. I mean, who would have thought in 2020 this is what we would have been dealing with? My money was on nuclear detonation. It wasn't on. It wasn't on this. It wasn't on the amazing, the horror that George Floyd had to go through, and the surge of not only people, but very young people protesting. And I mean young. I'm talking 10 years old, protesting against injustice and racism and, exclusion. And I mean, that was amazing. That again was a push against a certain type of alienation. People had enough. People have had enough, right? Being alienated in that way. And then, of course, there's the other one that we all kind of know about in sci-fi movies, because at the same time that we were planning the festival, there were all these articles about strange happenings, like proof that the aliens were here. I'm like, whoa, no, this is very, very strange. That all of a sudden that people are finding what they claim to be real evidence of life from another planet, etc. And Nicole just suggested, why don't we all just call it alien? Because there's aspects of being alien in all of those dimensions that we're experiencing in 2020.
Well, Nicole, you live in Texas, right? In America. So I know alien for you. Well, being the alien in the show, not saying you're alien because Texas and Trinidad. You want to explain how alienated, this coronavirus and all these happenings, how you feel over there in America?
It's very surreal, like Sonia said. It's never thought we would be experiencing this type of isolation. Basically, as dancers, it's extremely challenging because we're physical and we're need to be near each other, and that's just been a whole shift in how we teach dance. So that's been quite an experience in itself. And then my children, I am a teacher, Gregor, but not to the little people. So I'm having to teach my kids home as they're homeschooled until they can go back to school. So that's kind of an interesting dynamic as well. So
you have aliens in your house?
I have aliens in my house, David, and I can bring them to Trinidad. They're citizens, so they can just come to Uncle Dave's house.
Right. They're not Trinidadians. Your dogs are Trinidadians. Your kids are Trinidadians. You just love Trinidad. Nicole is very Trinidadian for the viewing audience.
Well, I will tell you this, Gregor, just that I'm witnessing this right now. It's like Sonia said, it's just unprecedented what this type of shift is creating, because they have had more voters go out in like the last 4 days to vote in this election than historically 50, 60 years ago. So this is quite a shift in America. So
big shift.
And but go vote for me. I can't.
Yeah, I'm glad you come up here. You being the only guy in the lot. Is it difficult because you have 3 strong women there working with you, Mr. David? I have been a student of these 3 ladies, and I know they're strong. So you being the only male within this, I know you feel alien, because when they say go, you have to go. So maybe you want to explain a little bit, the only male, what is your position in this, Coco? So,
well, boy, women, I think it's an interesting thing, because men are now a bit alien, eh? This being a man thing is now, because women rule. And, honestly, if we really take it seriously, I think if we had the belly for it, we would just absolutely let women do it. We would really do that. But I am so used to women in my life. Not a lot of strong male. In fact, that's what we did, Coco, when Malik Yoba was here for Coco. A lot of us don't have in our countries those strong male role models. So even, so I'm so used to as a dancer, in my career, my other career in advertising, I'm so used to, really much more used to women, strong women than anything else.
Very, very, very well answered. It's very safe, though.
Very safe.
Dr. Rowley wouldn't really take on that. It is very safe, I must say.
That's my.
Okay.
I'm sticking to it. That's my answer. I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Nancy, I wanted to ask you again, coming back to this whole idea of alien, that whole thread, that theme that you all use of alien, are the performances going to be reflective of that theme? Did you all choose the performances along that line?
Well, to be fair to the choreographers, they ran with the theme. So most people were already in that headspace and working with that whole, exactly as we all said, the very strange time we're in. The feeling, where do I fit in? Where do me personally, how I feel so alien in this landscape? How do I negotiate with my dancers, with a new set of performances? So we were lucky in that everybody was already working that way, and so it dovetailed well into the. We didn't have anybody who ran with the outer space landings or sightings. That was the only one that tracks that nobody went with that one. But other than that, we went with all the others.
Well, I think
don't know.
Sonia
That was that.
Oh, right.
Nancy, that's that trippy video. Yeah.
The trippy one.
Oh my
Yes.
God, do that.
That's true. And that video is a dance video that shows dance, but actually nobody's dancing.
Yeah, that was there. Yeah. I forget. There was one. Yeah. Mindy, there's always one. Just like Dave, there's always one.
I'm actually very interested to see that one in
interested
particular.
in
Yes, I want to see that one. So seeing as we are going online, before we get into some ideas of what the performances, the actual performers and items that will be aired in the show, I want you to give me an idea, Sonia or anybody, of what was it like to organize a festival online?
Virtually.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was it like to carry the show online?
Who wants to go first?
Yeah, I'm going on to give a huge shout out to Sonia, because she really is the mastermind, the backbone. She's the general and the cook of this army. And we and the whole dance community really owe her big times, because she's the force. You get it? The alien, she's the force.
Sonia,
Good one, Nancy.
Always that one with that creative idea, always bringing it. She always gets there. And strange enough, when I saw the name Alien, I gave her a call. I said, I love the name. It felt like that. I said, Gregor, you can do a dance? And I said, no, Sonia, I feel alienated right now. Let me But putting all things aside, Sonia within the Alien, we know that Trinidad and Tobago just put out a thing that they are not going to have carnival. And I know your masters was the hip as a weapon. So how are you going to do that invisible weaponry using the hip as there is no carnival? Using the hip as a weapon and there is no carnival, what do you think would happen then? Because I sat down there and I went like, how Trinidad and Tobago going to operate on carnival Monday and Tuesday? Right. And I know you put all these ideas, and I know you had the hip as a weapon, and we use our hips as weapons all through carnival. You want to explain a little how your four felt about that?
Well, like any good hip, we're going to pivot, right? So
okay.
And the second thing is, it's funny you should ask that because I was in another Zoom meeting a couple of days ago with some dancers in Canada, and I announced that I am developing what is called the cyber wine.
No, you said virtual. Virtual wine. Virtual wine.
It shall premiere after Coco, after I finish Coco and finish getting over this. Cyber wine is a proposition to the nation of Trinidad and Tobago as to how they could possibly wine in the times of COVID. There we go.
I love that idea. I absolutely love that idea.
No, but I want people to understand that these 4 people here are not just 4 ordinary people.
I also don't think that you can stop the carnival. So they can say what they like, but you can't stop carnival.
Exactly.
So I think there is going to be carnival.
I know that they would have a lot of stuff being done online. I think we're starting to get accustomed to that. But Sonia, you can give us an idea of what are some of the challenges that you would have faced trying to put this Coco Festival online?
Well, I think it's a challenge that all of us have faced. I'll give you an example. We have an application fee that people usually just pay into our bank account and they send us the evidence of the deposit receipt through a JPEG or something, right? Throughout the course of the application period, the laws, the rules and regulations of these banks changed. So people were having difficulty. Even that basic thing, you see? So all kinds of logistical challenges came up. Even when we were trying to figure out how we were going to stream, we had to figure out, well, okay, we can do this, yes, but then they've changed the laws, the algorithms pertaining to copyright. So we have to make sure and cover our copyright territory before we advance in any particular streaming platform. So it's all because remember, dancers are choreographers are users of music. So if the music isn't original, it's going to be picked up by an algorithm because everybody and their mother is now trying to do something online and using the music of others. And of course, people are saying, well, you're using the music, you're not paying for it. So we had to make sure that we could find a framework to pay for it. Okay, to make sure that we would not compromise the actual transmission of the works online. So all of those like technical things. And again, you don't even, it's not as if you knew that at the beginning because things change every day. So by the time we get to Saturday, something else may have changed. I don't know, but we're going with what we have. So I think in the times of COVID, it's not just about the actual act of creating the work. That's a challenge in itself, but it's also the action, the sort of act of trying to transmit the work, communicate the work in a framework that is constantly changing, Okay.
Nicole, I wanted to find out from you. I know that you said that Sonia said, she mentioned earlier that these are the original 4 who started the Coco Festival, the Coco 4. So I'm assuming that you all are the ones that would make the choices in terms of what items are aired in the show. Could you give me an idea of your process of choosing, choosing the items that go into the show? Because I realize that we have a lot in this virtual show that is coming up. How was it done in the past? Is it different now?
Do you have to
great
fight?
Question. Sometimes we have differences of opinions, but mostly we're kind of in sync. And sometimes we pick our battles and let the other one have their way. And usually I have to say 99% they're spot on. So that's a positive thing. This was kind of interesting because we weren't physically all together. Normally, in the past, when I lived in Trinidad, we would get together and watch the pieces and talk about it. And we used external judges there for a couple of years. I think so, right? We did that.
Okay.
This was basically, we got, everything was very compartmentalized. We got all of the applications, we got all of the links, and we kind of set off on our own, reviewed everything, and then we got together and had a long meeting to decide what was going to be in the festival. So
And if I might, let me. We had a couple. It was different this year because now we had people having to engage the video, the medium
yeah,
of producing the work for video, and we even had some works that were recordings of straight from the stage, and we had to now so it was of course digital material already, but now it really didn't move from you just point the camera at the stage and record and send it. So we now had to have discussions that came up. Is that a thing as to what we were looking for in the current era, to just, or did we want people to engage the idea, the medium more, to get more out of it?
So you would say it's a paradigm shift then for the dancers, a whole shift.
All of us, yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, because now that we have, because we know that dance thrives on physical contact and live audiences, and to make that shift, there are certain things that you do inside that proscenium stage setting. That now you have to put it on virtually. You will have to look for the correct space and the correct lighting and everything else. And I think that's on your own.
Yeah.
And that's an extra job. So, you all have any advice? Coco is very innovative. You have any advice to deal with that as a dancer?
We did have somebody called Ann Wharton who did an amazing workshop. And one of the bigger takeaways from that workshop was that the camera now becomes a co-choreographer. And you just can't just say, well, leave the camera. You have to really understand and what are you really trying to say? And that actually, when those of you who teach choreography, you're always saying to people, what are you really trying to say here? But the camera makes you zone in on that.
Yes.
Because what you are showing is what you are directing the focus and the attention. So if you didn't want that, why did you project it? So I think that it's now, to me, what it does is it sounds a little bit kind of pasty, but as a slightly older person, it now takes me, I now have to up my game. I thought I fully got how to choreograph and stage with the lights, with the costumes, with the live music. Now, there's a camera and it's a whole different set of variables. So it's like a chef. You thought you knew how to cook? No, you have to learn again. So, but it's a good challenge. It's really a good challenge, and let's move forward with it. So
I hear you, and I know the challenge is for all of us. I myself am a teacher and a lecturer, and I am currently seeing all my challenges every day. So I applaud you. I applaud all of us for making this effort and making this shift in teaching in this virtual world.
So now the dancers will understand when Sonia and Nicole and Nancy and Dave say, put your back in it. No, without coming to say. Now the camera is your friend now. It's not like on stage. Because say, oh, get it on stage. No. You have to do it virtually now, and that's harder.
And if I might add to that, and part of the alien thing is that artists have always, we've always kind of, I don't want to say that we're different or special, but you're always feeling alienated because you're always proposing something new and you're pushing boundaries. So you're always on the edge. You're never in a comfortable place. Yes. So I think interestingly, more than other people, and I don't want to make that big comparison, generalization, but I think we were made for this, for these challenges to take on and to maybe even demonstrate and to lead the way on, to lead on this. We were made for this, for challenges.
I agree with you. Y'all can give us an idea of how many items we have in the show this year?
Yeah, we have about My goodness, I think there are about 24 or so items. And that's the other interesting thing, the selection process. It's a combination. The theme alien is sort of captured in different ways. That's what we try to sort of also look at when we were selecting, to make sure that certain themes were ventilated. And as a result, it's a very diverse show in terms of how that theme alien is dealt with. And and we also ask for them to be very short pieces, because we can have long ones as well. There are a couple longer ones, but basically all of them are fairly short. And again, we would consider it a medium, because it's a different proposition for you to be sitting in a live sort of situation, like in Queen's Hall or wherever, and to be contemplating the shape of the lights and the space and the this, the that. And it's a whole other thing when you're looking at a flat screen and having to contend with just what you see there. So
and you can't leave.
Pardon?
And you can't leave that easily.
No, and you can't leave that easily. So at least if we ask them to compress their idea into a shorter space, then it's probably going to be more successful. At least they'll get the idea a little more. So that challenges the dancer, the choreographer, who would have wanted to do a more protracted piece, to look at it in a shorter kind of framework. So that's why we have so many pieces, because they're fairly short and digestible, if you want to call it that. And some of the pieces repeat on Saturday and Sunday, but there basically is a program A and a program B, just as they would be in Queen's Hall or any place like that.
Right. Yes.
And then we have another kind of gift, which is lovely, which is from people, which is we have interviews. We've interspersed some of the evening with a couple interviews from guest choreographers and so forth. So they talk a little bit about their process. And very short interviews, 5-10 minutes, what have you. And so that's another kind of dimension that we could have accessed easily because of the media,
And how long each show would be, like each night? I know it's going to be aired on October 24th and 25th. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
October 24th and 25th. And how long, and just give us an idea of the time that they will be aired and how long each program will be.
And where it will be aired.
It will be streamed on WAC 90.1 FM, which is a local station from the South. But they have a very large network of streaming, and they had it way before COVID. They're kind of experts at the streaming thing. And as I said, because we want to be fair to the music users, the composers, and make sure that the music users are covered, we went with a radio station because the copyright can be mapped, and we can account for that. And then another reason is because they have another set of they have a very large network, not only in Trinidad and Tobago, but in the diaspora. And so we're hoping that we get more eyes on the show and more people see Coco Dance Festival from outside of the region. And then they also have a way, it's a kind of, we're going to be calling for donations throughout the show as well, because that's the format that WAC tends to have, right? To ask people to donate if they like it, etc., etc. And so they have that structure already. We found that we could go with that. Again, we still don't know what the day will bring, but we're hoping that with all those things under consideration, that we'll have a really fantastic show.
How long would the show be, and what time does it start?
It starts at 2 p.m. each day, which is a kind of matinee time. And then it is about, I think we clocked it at around 110 minutes, just under 2 hours for the whole thing. So just like a regular show then, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know people, if I was somebody and I'm listening to this show right now, these interviews, I would definitely donate money to this thing because it's a great innovation. Now that we have reached, I am happy that 4 of you all actually created a new space for dancers and performers to present their work. And it was That's in itself is a great achievement. Now, I was going to get into today's Coco thing called Alien. I was going to come. I had me cemetery diggers and everybody ready because I feel in COVID, when people die, you don't see them again. They go to the hospital, they die, and you never see them again. And that's so alienating. And I was ready with my coffin and my grave diggers and everything. But and then again, I said, this is a little bit too much. So I don't want to upset Sonia.
So, guys, before we get into a little more detail about the actual performances that will be taking place, we want to just run one advertisement and then we'll come back to you.
One advertisement on Coco.
Coco is online. Coco Dance Festival 2020 presents Alien, October 24th to 25th, 2 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Featuring the work of 24 choreographers from 9 countries, an online dance experience not to be missed. Streamed on Facebook via WAC 90.1 FM radio. Admission is free, but donations are welcome.
Okay, guys,
welcome back.
We're back. Just before we left, we were talking about the items that were going to be aired in the show. We know it's going to be aired on WAP, and we'll go through all the details again before we close off here. But I wanted to get a little idea from each of you, if you can just give us a little insight into one or two of the items, because I know you all mentioned one already that piqued my interest. But I want to find out, what else can the audience look forward to? If each of you can give me an idea of one or two items that, is interesting.
Well, there are 4 of you all, say allow 6 each.
What?
What?
You want to hear about all? No, brother.
No. You have to come and see. You have to come and see it. Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us about what we are supposed to expect on that night.
I'll tell you one thing you can expect that's pretty amazing is that there's a lot of young people that made work this year, and they're using the medium. I think the younger generation, just in general, can do wonders with a cell phone and edit things and create things, and so it's pretty amazing that very young students in universities that haven't really had the opportunity to produce work are making amazing videos to express themselves about what they're feeling and sensing and experiencing. So that you will see.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And, I'm gonna take my turn now. There was a very interesting thing that I did in the lead up to Coco, which was we had one of who will be a guest had a Zoom class that was on voguing. So I did a voguing in the run up to the show. I did a Zoom online workshop in voguing, and it was very interesting, very it's not when you're older, the knees, it's hard on your knees, right? But it's really hard because you have to get down and kind of walk low. So that was, and Mr. Ops, he has a piece as well, a guest piece in the show. So and he in the workshop he says, "So are we feeling all feminine?" And everybody went, "Yeah." In the booking thing.
If you're not too old, the knees, Nicole have the perfect technique for that, the LMA technique. One movement analysis technique. She will fix you with that. Your knees will get better in 5 days.
Also,
You talking about knees and you just come up? My knees still hurt me from come up. Nancy.
Oh yeah, well, we were all younger.
Yeah. I mean, you'll be seeing also thematically, you'll be seeing the work of Thomas Talawa Presto who is based in Norway. You had him on the show.
Yes.
So we'll be showcasing one of his major works that he made in lockdown as well. You know, so that's one of the things, and you'll also be seeing this amazing work by a dance. What does she call herself? Video choreographer is what Anna calls herself, I think. And right, and Anna Bear, and she won several. Hello.
And that's it.
Alien. And yeah, so you'll see she's a very accomplished videographer across the world, won several awards. So she's one of our guests. And so Anna, ANA BAER, Bear. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Yeah.
And I mean, what I also am fascinated by is the number of countries. We have 9 countries represented.
Wow.
Okay, and I think that's pretty awesome. 3 from the Caribbean, and then further afield we have as far as Latvia.
Wow.
You know? So yeah,
this is what I'm saying. I mean, we sometimes are saddened by the situation of COVID, and we have to make changes. But I mean, look at the fantastic things that are coming out of this situation. And I'm very pleased to hear that we have all these countries involved. And this is also an opportunity for Coco to really go worldwide.
Yes.
So this is excellent. This is excellent.
Yes, definitely.
Now,
And my voguing tutor was in New York, huh? The voguing tutor was from New York. So it really is.
Yes.
It really is a locking up of a global lockup now. Huh? Not lockdown.
Yes. A
lockup lockdown.
Not a lockdown. Yeah.
No, a lockup. But it's very interesting though that people still feel a sense of disenchanted by this whole COVID arena, and here you are, 4 people decided we're gonna get together and let dancers live and breathe again. And even if you have to do it virtually, and I applaud you all for that. But I want to hear Nancy's take on the shows, the 24 choreographies that will be shown.
Well, I'm an eternal optimist, and prior to COVID, Coco, we were and still are under, we have no funding, right? And so for us, we love the balance. Yeah, funding is alien to it. We don't know what funding is. So what I think has reaffirmed my faith in the sort of powers that the spirits and the working with us for dance is that some of the quality of the choreographers that we have attracted, we could have only, I think, pull this off virtually. Because we normally, with our foreign choreographers, even you want them to come, you want them to be part of a festival. You want both a global, you want a regional, you want a made in Trinidad look. And the real issue here is we just don't have the money to pay for people to come to us. And now, it kind of like is heartening that we could still continue, that we still have a voice, we still have a platform, and we are really hoping that we will be heard, and that even within Trinidad, there are a lot of people who can come to the show, and then it multiplies. The people who are in Latvia, the people in Jamaica, everybody can be part of it, so it can be truly a global event. So, as I say, that I'm hoping will widen our reach and draw attention to the fact that, look, we can batter above our weight in the Caribbean, and that, this is special to us, and join us. So that I'm looking at it from a point of view, from a producing point of view, that how would we have pulled this off in Queen's Hall? Well, we always do it, but This time we were beyond shorter money. So this was like a kind of, thank God for this. You know, we had a moment where it was touch and go, and now we're going forward with it. And so I feel positive about that.
Well, I know our viewing audience is very interested in watching the show. So guys, you all heard what the Coco 4 are doing for dance in this alienated state that we're in right now. So don't forget, pull out your bank account, give that number, get in there, and donate so dance can continue to live and breathe in Trinidad and Tobago. Coco depends on all dance things in Trinidad and Tobago, depending on your money.
Okay, so
to
guys,
keep going. So let's go with it.
Just to clarify, we're saying that we have audiences from all over the world, regionally, and all of that. Is the show a free show in the first instance? It is free. So how can people actually get on to WAC to view? Just give us, for the persons who are not connected to WAC.
Go to the Facebook page, the WAC 90.1 Facebook page, and it's going to be streamed there. And they informed me today as well that they're going to have a simulcast on YouTube for those people who are not on Facebook. So that
YouTube, excellent.
So and, that you go to their page on YouTube as well. So
and Bridget Wilson also asks that she's asking that the show performance starts at 2, and she wants to know if it will be available after 2 p.m. for those who can't make it to view it at 2 o'clock.
We won't be able to actually, because we have no money, we have to go and WAC have the slot, right?
Okay.
So we couldn't buy our normal 7 p.m. slot or what have you because we didn't have any money to buy. So they're doing us a favor. But what they're hoping to do is to rebroadcast it at another time. So we'll be able to announce that. But for that particular day, the 24th, or for the other day, the 25th, it'll only be broadcast or streamed at 2 p.m. But we're hoping for some other time that we could stream it.
And if for you all to stream it the other time, you need more money, right? You need money to buy that slot.
Well, I think WAC is going to work with us to do a couple more streams under the same circumstances. Again, it depends on when their slots are available.
Okay. And how much I'm not asking, but basically what you're looking at a spot. What you call a spot and what you're looking at financially. I just want our viewing audience to know what you 4 people are putting out to make sure that they are getting to see a performance here.
It all depends on what kind, how slick a production you want online, etc., etc. So it could range. I mean, it's a huge range. It could go, I would think, from about $2,500 an hour, anywhere up to $8,000 an hour, depending on what kind of package you're going for. Because we have so many amazing people working for us for free. I have to shout out Trisha Dookie. Oh my God. Oh my God. She made our website magic. We had been working and kind of struggling with this website for years, and we decided this year was going to have to be it because of course everything is online. And she offered to do it for free, something that would cost maybe $20,000. I mean, what kind of? I mean, that's a
not
gift.
to mention she's always done our flyers and
yes,
all our artwork.
She's amazing. She's like the 5th Coco person.
Yeah, yeah, she is.
I think the government need to invest in 4 of you all. I mean, and then we can have carnival virtually. You all find a way.
We would find a way.
I'm sure the 4 of you will find a way to have carnival.
We would find a way.
In terms of making the donations, how would that work? How would the viewing audience be able to contribute?
WAC has 2 platforms. You can either donate via, they have a GoFundMe TT account. So FundMe TT account, sorry. FundMe TNT or TNT. I'm not sure what it's exact. I think it's FundMe TNT. And that is our own local crowdfunding platform that you can find online. But they will announce it as they go. And then
as the show goes along.
Yes, correct. And then the other one is they have a new feature which I didn't know about until recently, because I think they only got the clearance for it maybe 2 weeks or a week ago. That's what I say, as I was saying, everything changes just every day. And that is an SMS. You know how you could text in if you want to text $5, you press one number, text $10 you want. So they have that feature as well. So it's even easier for people to donate. So those are the two features on WAC. Through WAC, it's not coming to Coco. It'll go through WAC, and there's some expenses that have to be deducted, chiefly the copyright expenses, etc. And then hopefully we'll get some money after that. Either way, let's hope we're not in debt by the time we finish the show.
Guys, before we wrap up, we want to just take a quick advert, and we'll come right back.
Coco is online. Coco Dance Festival 2020 presents Alien, October 24th to 25th, 2 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Featuring the work of 24 choreographers from 9 countries, an online dance experience not to be missed. Streamed on Facebook via WAC 90.1 FM radio. Admission is free, but donations are welcome.
Hi, welcome back.
We're back. I see Nicole, it's getting a little dark around you there, but we're still seeing you very clearly.
I need to ask Sonia before, any one of you can answer this. Who is that alien in that photo? The dancer.
The one in the X?
Yes, who stands up with her hands behind her back?
You know her, Her name is Courtney. Courtney Thorne.
From Barbados.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's from Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago. She has both heritages in her, and she's currently doing her master's, I think it is,
In Florida.
in Florida. But she's a young dancer who has such a lovely sort of corporeal touch to her work. She's very rooted in her body. So that's the dancer.
Nice. So, Sonia, you all mentioned a lot of the foreign artists or foreign choreographers, sorry. Can you give us an idea of a few local choreographers who will be featured?
Sure. Unfortunately, Gregor is not one.
I'm telling you, Cemetery, my co-founder will be there next year.
We have Sherma Burford. We have Terry Springer. How can I not think of the rest? We have Jacob Chino, who's kind of half Trinidadian anyway.
Yes.
I know he has official Trinidad and Tobago papers.
Yes.
And who are the other Trinidadians? Now I can't think of any more of them. Anybody else could think of them?
We have one of the young students.
Yes, we have Anicia, but actually it's 3 of them, right? It's Blossom Reed and Anicia, and we have, and then Thomas is also half Trinidadian, so he a lot of the work is kind of rooted in that. And
Dave.
Oh yeah,
Dave.
Sonia could sell ice cream in Helena. Sonia could sell anything, and I know this show is gonna be, I know this is not going to do it, because when Sonia finished talking about this show, you will want to see the show, and you have the other 3 people behind her. Oh my gosh!
Sonia, you sent in some photos. Could you give us an idea of what those photos are about?
Sure. That one is a workshop that we did a couple years ago. A woman who originally comes from Dominica. Her name is Sade Bully. She conducted a workshop, and because that's another aspect to Coco. Aside from the performances, we try to have workshops, and we also have community events. So this was the workshop one of the workshops that Sade was leading. And she's, as I said, originally from Dominica. She used to dance with the Garth Fagan. She actually was a medical doctor and then decided she didn't want to do medicine. And she just went to dance. So she's quite amazing in her own right. And so that was one of the classes that she did. And I don't know what else you have there. I think you have another class.
We're just waiting to go on timing with you. We have to stay in time,
And this is the gentleman from Latvia. Now, I'm going to butcher his name because I don't know how to speak what they speak in Latvia, but his name is Egars Larionovs. Okay, Egars Larionovs. And now this is how global the world really is. His specialty is not Latvian dance. His specialty is Brazilian capoeira.
Okay.
Okay. And he did it in a Trinidad and Tobago dance festival. You can't get more global than that.
We'd like to hear, can we hear Nicole pronounce his name?
Gregor.
Nicole? Nicole.
Gregor.
I can say that.
Moving along with the photographs.
Yeah, moving along.
Are there more?
Yes. This is this is a very lovely piece by Candice Thompson Zachary, who's Trinidadian. This is not going to. This is from an old Coco sort of. I think it was from 2016 or 2015. I'm not sure, from one of the concerts there. But what she did is she deconstructed Juve. And that was one. So that was one of her. That was one of the moments. She brought down two other dancers. I think one of them also had Trinidad and Tobago heritage because she's based in New York. So that's Candice on the right of the screen, and she brought down these other two dancers. They had been working on this piece for a while. I think they had been working on it for 6 months or so, and they performed it at Coco, and a lot of people appreciated it because again, you can see the connection between the traditional, but and the sort of looking forward into the contemporary space without losing the essence of the tradition. I think a lot of people appreciated that, and that's the kind of thing we're trying to do at Coco. You know, to try to get people to really go into their roots, to bring out the newness of whatever those roots have. And this one is by a wonderful woman. She's actually from Greece, but she is based in Germany, and she has a company in Germany. And it's called the Tula Limnaios Company, which is her name, Tula Limnaios. And she did a spectacular 1 hour piece a couple years ago. I think it's back in 2017.
The entire dance was 1 hour long.
That dance was 1 hour long. That's a normal full length work, you know.
Yeah.
And that was the whole evening for us. We didn't. We know that Trinidadian audiences will say after an hour long piece, like we've had enough. Thank you very much. And, so we just had the 1 hour piece, but everybody was blown away by the piece. It was amazing. And I don't think the dancers ever left the stage. That was the other crazy thing. The dancers never left the stage. Once they came on, the 7 dancers danced on stage for the whole thing. I mean, the tempo and the rhythm changed a bit and the pace did change, but the fact is it was an amazing piece.
All right. So guys, before we wrap up, I want to ask you ladies, I see we have lost Dave, unfortunately. Could we get a little closing remarks from all of you, sharing and encouraging our viewers from all over the world and right here in Trinidad, especially as this is ours, to come out to Coco Festival? Any last remarks, comments? Nancy?
I just want to say that it really reaffirms that everybody wants to create. And that, as Nicole said, the youth are blazing a trail, and for people to see what is possible, what have people done? Come and see, it's worth it. And it's the same themes. This is the one thing about the pandemic: everybody's going through it, so you are not alone. So come and see how everybody is trying to deal, and it reaffirms that we will dance, even if we all are in our kitchen, our bedroom, on our bed. Even if it's one of us, even if it's with a cell phone, we can create. And just like you can't stop the carnival, you can't stop the dance within us. And therefore, the festival will continue, because that's what festivals do. So please come, and yes, please donate. Even if you can think, oh gosh, it's not a lot. If I guess that's the sort of 5, if everybody gave a little, wow, We can
Yes,
have
and
more. You know?
Tobagonians is just a drip bucket full.
So we need a tank. We need a tank. We need
we need
bucket, bucket.
Bucket,
Well,
bucket, bucket tank.
you have it on 2 days, so the drip tank full because you have it on 2 days.
We real thankful. We real thankful. We real thankful.
all right.
Nicole,
Yeah,
any last words?
I
Or
do.
parting
I
words?
just want to reiterate that, one thing we've always had as part of our mission is to support the youth, whether it's community outreach or whether it's trying to produce young artists and give them a platform and a place for their voice. And every donation that you make allows us to keep doing this festival, because believe me, Sonia's been running the show and we don't get 5 cents.
Very true.
Love doing it.
And we do it because we love it, and we've never gotten paid. And I bring my students over from America, and they have an amazing experience. And so it really is about community, and that to me is what the heart of Coco is. It's always about community and bringing people together, and even more so now. It's very exciting. I'm looking forward to this weekend.
Thank you.
So come.
Well, before you close, I wanted to find out about the workshops. I know usually there are workshops. Did you consider that this year?
Oh no, we've had workshops. We've had about 4 workshops leading up to the festival.
Okay.
Which one was the one that Dave participated in? I participated in it also, the MX Oops.
Okay,
workshop.
yes.
We've had ballet, we've had Vogue, we've had African, specifically Guinean dance, and we have had Nicole. Nicole sort of launched our masterclass season off. So since about, I don't know, when was that, Nicole? August? I can't even remember now. I think it was August that you started off. We've had systematic, something like that. We have had workshops, and we had the one with Anne Wharton as well, the one that talked about how to create your dance on video for video in a collaborative thing. So we had about 5, and Thomas has very generously offered, and that's the other thing, all these workshops, these people have given up their time for free. That's not the way we want it. We want to pay them. We don't have any money, and they're so generous with their time, right? And so hopefully Thomas will do one after the fact, after the season, and we have a couple other things lined up that we hope people will be interested in, because again, there's a spirit of collaboration, I think, that's come out of this whole COVID thing that is really rich and very heartening, And I just want to say thanks for having us. Even these little things, we really appreciate it, because we're supporting each other. And I would tell people to go to see our brand new website, just because I'm really proud of Trisha for having done such a beautiful job, and I want people to see her work. And so go to our website. You can find different histories of Coco. You can also buy our commemorative book for Christmas, which is right there. You can just press a button and buy that. And you can also, through the website, we'll link it up to the Facebook page for WAC, and so you can get to the concert through there as well. But just go and see it, because she did a beautiful job.
Thank you.
On this note, we have to bring a little sadness in, because one of our very own has been admitted in the hospital, and I know we all put our prayers out for him. He's one of the best choreographers in Trinidad and Tobago, and his name is Terry David. So let's say a prayer for him, one and all, on the viewing audience. If you could say a prayer and keep him in your prayers, because we need him.
We do.
Terry, stay strong. Our prayers are with you.
And just as Gregor mentioned, Terry, I want to remind all of us that we are working hard during this COVID period. And people think it is easy as teachers and tutors to teach online. It's a great change in our dynamic, and we have to be very, very careful of our health, and our mental health as well, our physical and mental health, I want to say thank you to Thomas. I saw he just made a comment there. Yes, we are also looking forward to seeing your work in Coco Festival this weekend. And
Thomas is so generous. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas.
And Sonia, on my parting words, I think that you four guys have done such a great job here. I mean, I could call you all trendsetters with respect to virtual dance festival in Trinidad and Tobago. Nobody have done it before. So you all are the trendsetters. And how do you all feel?
Bless.
I know this is going to be amazing. How do you all feel?
Well,
I
don't want to take full. I don't think we should take full credit because there was a festival before. Remember, NDA used to have a festival. They used to have an annual festival. The National Dance Association back in the 80s, 90s used to have a festival.
A virtual festival?
No, not a virtual. No.
Well, I am giving you all trendsetters a virtual festival, honey. Oh, yes, you all are the trendsetters. We haven't had one yet. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming on here tonight. And just to remind our viewing audience, the Coco Dance Festival, it will be aired online this weekend. That is Saturday and Sunday, 24th of October and the 25th of October at 2 p.m. It will be aired free of charge, guys, on WAC 90.1 FM. It will be streamed on Facebook. And as Sonia mentioned, it will also be on YouTube. And it's for just under 2 hours. And we know there are a lot of items. They're short. They will captivate you. They will keep your attention. So it's nothing to get bored. And trust me, because the theme is alien, I am looking forward to these pieces. I'm so interested. I am actually excited. Usually when I look at things online, you tend to get bored. I'm actually really excited to see what is going to happen this weekend.
You know what I'm more excited for? I am more excited. These people are not going to be very alienated with their wallets. On the show. What more things like this? People. Come on, we dancers are suffering so much that we need to fund them to get things going.
No, we do the things for love. Yes, we appreciate. Yes, we do our dance, our choreography. We really put out. But during the airing of the show, I know that you can donate through the Fund Me TNT, and they will put the information out during the show, as well as using the SMS platform where you can actually text to make a donation. So they made it very simple for you. There is no excuse, guys. No excuse. Yes, good night, Liana. We love your eyes. Good night, Liana. Voice always supporting. Yes. So, guys, I want to say thank you very much.
Oh my God, you see, we have on the show now. Look who's watching at your show, and no South is going to spur them where their mouth is. We have the president of the Sanfest and Fernando Arts Council, Mr. Sherrod Mason. Sherrod, activate the whole of South to watch this show. They have 2 days.
Okay, guys. Coco Festival this weekend, 24th and 25th at 2 p.m. Looking forward to seeing you guys and looking forward to the interviews with the choreographers and our local, regional, and global choreographers. Thank you very much. Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.
Okay. Congratulations again.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Coco is online. Coco Dance Festival 2020 presents Alien, October 24th to 25th, 2 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Featuring the work of 24 choreographers from 9 countries, an online dance experience not to be missed. Streamed on Facebook via WAC 90.1 FM radio. Admission is free, but donations are welcome.